Hey there, folks. Look down below. We got those links. Click them, fuckers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, park bugs listening in from a distance. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast with no upside and two smiling faces to bring it to you. And speaking of a smiling face, here he is. He's fresh from the gym. He just pet his puppy. Make it loud for the Bitter Buddha. It's Allen Mezquida.
I can't hear you, folks. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, checkmate. And here we are again. Now we are, Kev, we're in a heat wave in March.
I know. I'm very happy to find some shade. It's hot.
It's hot, but it's nice in the shade. But, man, I got bummed out looking at the weather this week for L.A., where we are in the valley, and it's like going to be 90s.
Yep.
Right? 90s for 5-6 days, and it's too early March, you know?
Too early for the heat. But there's a lot of shirtless men wandering the park.
That is an upside. The shirtless man. Hey, fella, would you like to have a tumble?
Come on, keep that shirt off.
How about a roll in the hay? Go fuck my what? Self. Okay.
It always makes me jealous when it's this hot because I'd like to take my shirt off. You know,
I cannot, by federal law, take my shirt off because of my body mass index. Once you're past the you look pretty good. No,
I'm coming down. I got to keep starving myself.
Good.
I gotta.
I don't know how you do it, especially smoking weed.
You know, it's a delicate dance. You know that I do like a ballerina.
What do you replace the food with? Do you drink a lot of liquid?
Yeah, a lot of water.
That's good. I don't know. I'm just, we'll see.
Here's what I do. I genuinely will be like, it's lunch. Am I hungry? And then I go, kind of hungry.
It's
I'm
lunch.
Don't even know
Am I hungry?
And then I go, you're not even hungry. So then I don't.
Oh, okay.
And then I go, I don't eat. So I go, okay, I'm fine. And I go, good job, buddy. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then later on, I go, man, I'm really hungry. I'll have a handful of peanuts or something. Like just a little something if I'm really dying. But a lot of times it's going, am I really actually hungry or am I just like, you know, because how many conversations have you had with the wife where you go, what do you want to eat? And you go, I don't even know what I want. What do you want to eat? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I have that a lot.
We're mostly, I mean, a lot of the times I was finding I wasn't even hungry. I was just eating because it was lunchtime or because it was dinner. And then working at the store, I'm running around and stuff. So if I'm really, if I'm like getting hungry, but I'm not.
You ever hit the pizza there? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
pizza, pretzels.
Has the pizza gotten better at the store?
You know, I don't know if it feels like it has, but you know, and maybe it's what do you call that syndrome? Locked-in syndrome or
Stockholm,
where you start identifying with your captors.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. But yeah, I've been going to the gym. I haven't been going to the gym, so I like
for
watching
years,
you.
right?
Yeah, I've been doing push-ups.
Have you?
Oh yeah, I've been doing
that's good. You know, as long as you're working out somewhere, it doesn't have to be in a gym.
Yeah, I try to elevate the heart rate. I chase my dog around the carport downstairs a lot of the time.
How are you feeling physically?
I feel good.
Good.
I feel good. I woke up with a little bit of a hangover this morning, but I drank a lot of water, and the headache went right away. Went away, I should say. But. So,
yeah, I noticed I didn't get a text from you yesterday, so I was like, "Fuck it, we're not doing it."
Oh no, I figured Monday worked out just fine. Plus, I just wanted to wait for this nice heat and all the.
You wanted to wait for the nice heat.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure
it is nasty.
Nice and hot.
It is nasty. I get paranoid about the heat in the valley. When it hits triple digits, I don't do well. It's supposed to the heat. There's a heated. I read these heat advisories.
Yeah.
And I hire a guy to read it to me who's got like a Boris Karloff type voice. And he's like, on Tuesday, a high pressure dome. And you know when there's a high pressure dome.
Is that what's going on?
That's what's going on. I still don't understand it, but what happens is the heat gets stuck there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in the dome and, in the valleys, I know it gets real hot down there sometimes. But,
yeah.
I mean, this is a podcast, where we talk about the weather, and it's getting hot, and I think, we got a lot of weather correspondence stuff going on here.
Hello, I'm Dan Fredericks, and I'm down here in the park. And it's very hot. We all are waiting for God to step in and end this nightmare of climate warming. The U.S. is at war again, and war just emits so much pollution, and besides killing innocent people and children. Hey, so the Oscars were yesterday.
Did you watch them?
I only watch clips on YouTube.
Okay.
I used to watch it, but it's a slog. It's a 3.5-hour slog.
It really is.
Did you watch?
I watched a little bit. It was on the TV out front. So
oh, right. You were getting wasted doing potluck.
Yeah, but then I come out. I'd see what Conan was up to.
I could see you with your. You got your fucking margarita, and you're like on the front porch of the Comedy Store going, these sons of bitch celebrities, these pampered fucks. I'll be right with you.
I'll be right there. Look, but these guys are pieces of shit. No, I was drinking a lot, but I was also making a show of drinking a lot. So, like, at one point, I went in the back and I got a big goblet and I filled it with Diet Coke. And then another point, I went and got shots. I got 6 or 7 shots, and I had half of them, which was whiskey, and the other half was just Diet Coke.
Oh.
So then I brought them out, and I'm like, "Who wants to do a shot?" And then I put it down, and I did 2 of them. It was a Diet Cokes.
Cokes.
And then I would bring them out, but it was just because the vibe of it. There was 7 audience members in the beginning, so
7.
It was so let's make this into a party thing. So I had fun, Did
it fill up?
It did, yeah. By the time the show started, the 8:00 show, it was nice and full. It was a good evening. Only one room open last night, though. So it was kind of I don't know, empty. A little bit of a ghost town there. But
what, the OR was open?
The OR was open, but that was it.
What else is usually open on a Sunday?
Usually the Belly's open at least, and quite often there's at least one show in the main. But this time nothing.
So did you see any of the Oscars?
Yeah, I saw some of them, and I did.
What did you
watch
see that you found interesting? I'm glad Javier Bardem fucking said free Palestine and no war, and I believe he's the only one who spoke up.
Yeah, they all should have said something.
Well, they're told not to, and they're booed by these.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, don't be political during the Oscars.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I think it should just be political during the Oscars. I think there should be nothing that's not political.
Yeah, it's just hilarious that they, artists ignore, what's actually going on in the world. Conan addressed it up top when he said, he goes, last year at this time, LA was on fire. This year, everything's great.
Yeah. I watched his opening.
Yeah, I watched his opening today on the clips. Did you like it?
Yeah. I like Conan O'Brien in general. I think
that's a tough job to be the host of the fucking Oscars.
He also does a pretty good job of being kind of apolitical or with the right opinions.
He never says the wrong thing. Yeah. Conan is completely, at least on the air, apolitical.
Yeah, and I mean I like that.
You do?
I do. I really do, because I don't think most of these fuckers know what the hell they're even talking about. And a lot of them will speak up, and you're lucky if you get a guy that says the right thing, but I mean, somebody who just... I
could see you at the Oscars accepting the award for Apocalypse Soon as the best podcast. And you're like, when podcasts finally get an Oscars, and you're like, I think ice is all right.
Yeah. See, that would be political. See that? So I would thank the park. I'd thank the
Never mind.
squirrels.
I don't mean. And then you would say, never mind. Can you cut that?
Yeah, I cut that out. I don't want that. No, I've only done 3 cuts of this. What did I tell somebody? I was telling somebody I think we've only had to cut maybe 2 or 3 things ever out of 200.
Were they you?
2 of them were me. Yeah, 2 of them were me. I cut some stuff out before because it was like just for the sake of flow or whatever. If like there's an interruption, but never for content. Except for when you're like, "Tell me what you think. Give it to me now," and I'm like, "I don't want to, Eddie." And you're like, "Tell me your opinion so I can tell you you're a dumb fuck."
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Yeah, I just find myself being in the wrong so often that I have decided to stop commenting on things that because I always feel all these issues are so nuanced, and I get distracted by that stuff, and then before I know it, somebody's looking at me like I'm Hitler, and I'm like, "Oh no, I was just saying like we're all human beings."
Yeah.
But the Oscars, dude, you had an amazing set on Saturday. I didn't see it, but I heard it.
You heard it?
I heard it from around the corner. There was uproarious applause. The applause came through the hallway like the blood in The Shining. It was just flowing out.
I did have a good set on Saturday in the main room, and the previous night I had a bad set. I was not in a good mood. I was angry, and I remember there were 2 guys talking, and I ignored them at first. They were against that back wall. I ignored them at first, and then when I know I'm in a bad mood is when I do the following. I said, hey, will you shut the fuck up? And then I said to the audience after they shut up, I said, now, folks, that's an example of a skilled comedian in a very lighthearted way telling people to be quiet.
Just that's how you do it, which is real light. They don't even know they're being shushed. They think it's their idea.
But, just like that was my first shit set in a while, and I had 2 friends there who hadn't seen me, and it just sucked. I was pissed.
I get it. I have done that.
And then I went to the Improv, and I had a good set.
Nice. That's the roller coaster. I feel like it never stops. Yeah, it's just...
once you have a bad set...
Yeah.
Once you have a bad set and you get punched in the dick like that, then you're kind of... This is what makes you a comic who can perform anywhere, is that you fucking take the hit and you keep going. Because a lot of people will have a fucked up set and that'll stop them from performing. Some of them are just, they're done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got to take a break or whatever. Dude, I try to console some of the fellow door guys that haven't been doing it as long as I have when they have a bad set. And I mean, I'm relating
to start the evening as a door guy.
Oh yes, it is. And sometimes you're holding the weight and the heft of the last negative set or whatever. And it's
no. Oh no. What do you mean? The last negative. The door guy starts the show, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant just starting the day as a door guy is hard. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
No.
Getting out of bed alone. But yes.
Starting the set.
Yeah, doing the 5-minute cold opens.
Right, the cold open.
Those are a nightmare. I don't expect much from those, though. I'm at a point, and I told the other guys, like, if you have a bad cold, try to just let it slough off of you. And spend some time like really thinking about writing a set for that scenario because it is a unique thing. But other than that, don't worry about this shit, man. People are getting seated. They're getting their drink orders.
Oh, true, yeah.
Try your best.
Yeah, use it for you. Use that time for you. Like, if I were doing cold opens, I might talk to the crowd a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Talk about what's happening right now. That helps.
Right. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. Sir, you look like something I wiped off my ass. And how are you, folks? Imagine the cold open and you're just brutal to people. That's how you start.
There was this young guy wearing kind of a cool hat like you would have worn, but he didn't fit him. And he like a 30s style short rimmed cap, and I said, this guy looks like the guy you'd buy loose cigarettes from in the alley, and that got a big laugh, and I had him at that point, but yeah, it's hilarious because this is the scenario with the vulnerability of the emotional artist that. You're taking tickets, you're getting everybody, 2-drink minimum, put your phone in the pouch, and make sure no heckling. And they go, hey, you're up in 2 minutes. You run, you run up, there's 5 people there. And they're, most of them are, reorientating themselves in their chair or talking and ordering drinks. And then you do your bullshit. And you get off stage, you go, and it, depending on the way it goes, you either go, I'm the best comic in the world, or God, I suck, and you're going, there's 5 people there.
Well, if there's only 5, if there's only, I always find with these small crowds, that's a lose-lose. Like, it's so hard to have a good set in front of nobody.
Absolutely. We had a guy who was running his like a 45-minute set, man, and nobody showed up.
Oh, no.
And so the audience was filled with a lot of...
Was that a door guy?
No, it was a comic. I don't see him around too often, but man, it was a bummer. I'm sitting there, as a door guy.
Bummer, man.
Bummer, man. I was getting so bummed. No, but I was just like, because the guy's going, how many? We got anybody waiting? And the guy, well, maybe we'll start the show 10 or 15 minutes later, see who shows up. And man, that is rough to watch. That is rough to be a part of, because you don't want somebody to not have anybody show up.
Yeah. And but again, like the roller coaster you talked about, it's all part of the long ride of becoming a pro, becoming someone who can do it, can like grind it out, and then you get great sets, and you real, hey, what do I have to do? Do I have to come up there? These fucking helicopters, and they're all emergency copters because so many people are hurting now,
A lot of pain.
How about the warning we got that Iran may try to hit Los Angeles or California?
You gotta love that.
I heard they might do it from a ship, like in the Pacific, launch from a ship.
Yep. That would make sense.
I saw Justin Martindale at the store doing stuff about that, and he was like, finally. That'd be good if they hit us, and maybe I could get a parking spot at Trader Joe's. Folks, these are jokes. And anyway, you want to do a bit? You want to do a couple of bits?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do it. A guided's a fan favorite. I say we started out with the guided. And
okay.
See where we go from there.
Let's do a guided. Okay.
And as nuclear strikes from the ocean threaten Hollywood, California, take a deep, deep, deep breath on another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepatone.
Hi, everybody, and I just want you to know, if you had to walk over dead bodies to get home, I sympathize with you. And now it's time to forget about the dead, to forget about all people who've been injured severely by a rogue government, mainly the United States. And now let's all put on some nice, light-fitting clothing. I get my clothing at Lululemon, and it's usually some very nice outfits. It's overpriced, but what isn't overpriced? I mean, folks, bananas and a Lululemon sweatshirt are each $100. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off track, but I want you to breathe in strength. With your first inner breath, I want you to breathe in, see just a muscular man who's oiled up. See an oiled up muscular man, small penis because of all the steroids. He's naked, he's steroidal, so he's got a small penis. But see him, it's just a symbol of strength, except the penis. And just see yourself see inside of your chest a steroidal, naked, oiled up man. And that big muscles, not the cock, but the big muscles that he has, see that as something that is part of you, that you can actually feel like you're Thor. A lot of these guys who do steroids and they're all pumped up, they're crazy, and their whole identity is about how buff they are. But what I want you to do is be buff in the heart. Be buff in the heart, and that's your first in-breath. Breathe in the naked weightlifter whose penis is shriveled. He's all oiled up. And you breathe in it. You breathe in the buffness of the heart. And now, as you have that big man who's oiled up, and he's got incredible size and incredible arms, and he's got huge chest, hard nipples, and he's tan. He's tan as well. Once he's breathed in, I want you to breathe and keep the naked weightlifter in. But once you breathe out, I want you to breathe out all of the devastation that is going on in the world right now. The incredible cruelty of the United States and Israel for bombing these countries and killing these people and throwing everything into more chaos, and things are out of control. I want you to breathe out the fact that currently our country is run by complete fucking lunatics who are obsessed with money, greed, lust, these pedophiles. I want you to breathe out the Epstein files, even if you're mentioned in the Epstein files, and I know a lot of my fans are mentioned in the Epstein files. Just breathe out the fact that you're on that list. Breathe out the fact. And now, with your next in-breath, I want you to breathe in the fact that you're a dragon. You breathe fire. Breathe in the fact that you are a dragon. You are a warrior. You're not a little pussy. Breathe that in. You're not the pussy you've been your whole life. Like whenever you saw any kind of conflict, you would run. You're the kind of person now who is a dragon, a fighter, a warrior. You are not afraid of dying in the street. When you see a madman with a gun and they're all over the place, they're actually right around me right now. No, thank you, sir, as far as the random killing. Just breathe in the fact that you're fear has been replaced by your fire. And then with your out breath, I want you to breathe out that fire. And I want you to singe and burn all the negative energy in your life. Just singe it and burn it. Napalm all the negativity. Napalm all the money you owe to different collection agencies. Napalm collection agencies. Napalm the IRS. I myself haven't filed yet, and I don't know when I'm going to. And I don't know if I want to this year because of what the government does with the money. Those motherfuckers. Napalm napalm our government. Breathe out that fire. Napalm the people who have treated you badly. Napalm them all. And then just smile in a mirror.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepatone.
I felt like the oiled up weightlifter was, at some point, it got to be more than like inner buffness. It got to be some kind of fantasy.
Yeah, there's a little lust in there.
There was a little lust in there, you know?
I pictured him shaved. You know, you didn't say.
Well, they were
it.
always shaved.
Yeah, I know, but I
there's not a hair on those guys' body, right?
Some guys, I like the old Russian
Me too.
bodybuilder guys that would have hair all over. You know, they'd just be real hair. The Ukrainian bodybuilders with real hairy shoulders.
Yes.
Anybody with hairy shoulders, I've noticed that they look like they're just always out of focus a little bit. You know, with those hairy shoulders.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're talking about, and when I think of hair on a man's shoulders and on a, you know, all over, like big bushy hair, I think of the fact that it's a man who has accepted the fact that he's a man. And people get attracted to tremendous amounts of hair.
Yeah, they're out there
on one's shoulders.
Yeah, it's a trip. I mean, for every man out there, there's a woman that thinks he looks good. You know, and I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, and if not a woman, another man. You know.
Yes, please say that. You're right. I don't know. You want to do a praying for celebrities?
Oh, we better. I mean, after all that's been going on. And now praying for celebrities.
Oh, that's a great intro.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
The music will.
I remember when I used to give you shit about all the intros.
I like it. I enjoy it.
That was a good riff for a while. Okay, let's have a better intro.
Yes. And now, with all the travesty going on in the world, it's time to take a little moment to pray for some celebrities. Hey, son.
Hi, Dad.
You got a little bit of the hiccups there?
Oh, yeah, I had too much water.
Well, that's okay. That's all right.
You're not spiking the water with anything, are you?
No, son, I would never do that.
Because I know you have a reputation for drugging people.
Well, son, we got to get your vitamins somehow. You know, if you won't take your Flintstones chewables, you know.
Dad, I think it's kind of illegal to do that, you know. Anyway, I really want to. I'm tired, you know.
Oh yeah, well, it's time for bed. It's getting late, you know. And let's not forget, we got to pray for some celebrities here. Oh, little guys all tucked out. Oh, now you're so silly. Okay, buddy, now let's bow our head and close our eyes.
Why are all the windows nailed shut, Dad?
Well, son, it's hard to control what's coming in and what's going out up here, and I want to make sure you're safe.
Tough to get air, though.
Well, that's why we let you out for your daily air time, you know, and we let you see the sun, and, you know. No, but now come on.
Nice of you.
Let's not get distracted by the windows being boarded up now.
Eventually, I'd like a friend.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe we can...
Why does that surprise you, Daddy?
Well, I know how you don't always get along. Me and you have our spats from time to time, and I just don't know if another person would be in here.
I gotta pray for a few celebrities.
All right, let's go ahead now. Bow our heads, close our eyes. Dear Lord.
Dear Lord, please look after Donald J. Trump. A lot of people hate him, and he's a billionaire, and he just got us into a meaningless war. Iran didn't have nuclear capabilities, and it's all bullshit. And Trump is taking a lot of shit, but what people don't realize is that he's a human being.
That's right, son.
And his criticism that he takes sometimes can be unfair. You know, Pop?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think God, and that's you I'm talking to, pay attention now, God. Please look down on Donald Trump, who's, yes, I know he's a piece of shit. I know he is, but you know what? Even pieces of shit deserve to be scooped up. Also, God, please look down on Stephen Miller, the fucking ugly little nerd who drives policy, and he's a real piece of shit. Please look down on him, and maybe, God, you could give him better looks. Because he's very nerdy looking, and he's bald, and nobody likes that.
That's right.
And I don't mean to look down on bald men in particular.
Well,
Also, God, please look down on Steve Bannon, who is the real piece of shit, but he needs help. And God, please look down on all the celebrities yesterday at the Oscars who did not win. They didn't win. Emma Stone didn't win.
and she shaved her head, Lord.
And she shaved her head for that role.
That's right. That's right.
You know, God, I mean, she shaved her head. Please look down on Emma Stone and look down on Leo DiCaprio. Leo, as he's known here in Hollywood, I mean, yes, he's got so many great things in the world. The cars and houses and beautiful lovers. At least I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, hey, we never know what he's into, son.
Right. But whatever he's into, he can afford. But there's a lot of pressure being that kind of celebrity because a lot of people count on you. Leo has to do movies because, you know, he sells them. Whenever he attaches his name to a movie, God, it sells. By God, that's you. Also, please look down on all the best supporting people who didn't get picked. Sean Penn won, and he wasn't even there. So please look down on all the other men and women in the best supporting category who didn't win. Most of all, look down on Adrian Brody. He was really bad yesterday.
Yeah.
Introducing... I forget introducing Best Actor.
That's okay, son. The Lord knows what you're talking about.
He knows.
He knows.
And God, please look down on, and I know this one hasn't been for a while, but Martha Stewart.
Oh.
She's been out of jail for a while, and she's probably getting an itchy finger.
Yeah.
She's probably getting the itch to commit a crime, so please look down on her, too. Amen.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Man.
And thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities.
On Oscar week.
On Oscar week.
Let's do an Eau De Pepitone.
And now for a scent that truly displays the arrogance of bad taste. It is Eau De Pepitone.
Are you the type of person who likes flies?
Pepitone.
Do you like horse flies, house flies, common barn flies?
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Well, then Eau De Pepitone is a fragrance for you. When you put a little dash behind your ears, in your armpits, in your crotch, on your tent, you put a little Eau De Pepitone on your tent, and there will be flies coming from as far away as South America if you are in North America.
Pepitone.
Eau De Pepitone will have you and your companion for the evening surrounded by flies that buzz with an air of love.
Be just like Linus.
Nothing says love like little flies leaving bits of poop. Bits of poop on your hair, on your shoulder.
A little bit of poo-poo.
A little bit of poo-poo from the flies. And then with Eau De Pepitone, if you are the type of person who likes to have people scatter, who likes to have people run away from an event, you pick the event. Well, Eau De Pepitone is just for you, because when you put it on and you walk into the room, you will see many people scatter.
Everybody run.
Everybody will be running and running and running and running. Did I say people will be running? Yes.
What's that smell?
Eau De Pepitone is now available as a putty. That's right, putty. You know how you cork a window? Well, you can cork your asshole with Eau De Pepitone. That's right. Put a piece of Eau De Pepitone, the putty, which is now being made in Bayonne, New Jersey, and Perth, Australia. The Eau De Pepitone putty, put it in your ass and watch the flies. Watch the flies come. As a matter of fact, one person wrote in from New Zealand that he put some Eau De Pepitone putty in his ass and he was carried away by flies and dropped into a vat of blue, cool liquid.
Fly away, Kiwi.
So fly away with Eau De Pepitone. Get some today.
Pick up your Pepitone today at Walmart. Well, that's good. We haven't done Pepitone and Eau De Pepitone in a while.
No.
Dude, look, our little squirrel buddy's back, and he's flicking his tail around like crazy.
I put nuts and water over there.
There was a big fella that was right behind us.
Yeah, I saw it. Is it that guy? No.
Yeah, I think it is that guy.
He has a nut I threw out. I have some more nuts. Let me.
Oh, yeah, we got to feed these boys.
I have a. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I threw them all out. Sorry, fella.
He'll find him. He looks pretty healthy.
Yeah.
He looks like he's all right. They probably have your nuts stored around this park all over the place. They like to bury them and stuff and put them in trees.
Yeah. And then they're lounging the next day and they're like, oh, right, I buried a nut. I buried a he's looking at, he knows that I am a squirrel helper.
Yes. Come on, buddy.
Hi. I'm sorry I don't have any more nuts, pal. Sorry I don't have any more nuts. Hi, buddy. Hi.
pal.
How are you? Are we picking him up, you think, on
I
that
don't think
camera
so.
over
I
there?
think he's
too
just
close?
out of range.
Ah.
I think we might be able to see him now. Hey,
Well,
pal.
hi.
He's very curious.
I wish I had a couple of nuts now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about things you cannot see. So do you have any, I forgot, man,
What?
to put in my fucking avails for the store this week.
Oh, boy.
And I did 3 spots. I was on a good roll, too, there, just getting back.
Yeah, you know, you might want to message Rose. 'Cause I imagine she'll be able to figure something out. Get you
Really?
something. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You might as well.
Do you have her deets?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'll get him to you.
Yeah, the film guy and Rose.
Oh, yeah. We're getting you connected.
Oh, what do we got? We got a lot of things in the air today.
Yeah, we do. There's a lot of air
Well, I
traffic.
think. Oh, that guy. Yeah, we saw him. I don't know what type of emergency vehicle is, but you could see the people hanging from that rope ladder.
There's not enough rope ladders.
There's not enough filming of people hanging from rope ladders.
Yeah, there used to be a show on TV where I swear to God, no matter what channel you turn to, if you watch for long enough, you'd see somebody escaping from a rope ladder, being whisked away. And now you don't see it anymore.
Right. Well, I think now rope ladders that are attached to helicopters are just prohibitively expensive for production companies.
Yeah.
And they're going with, just ladders that get leaned up against the building, and it doesn't have the same theatrical.
I think it's a right-wing religious groups that they're still obsessed with the Tower of Babel, and every time they see a ladder, they get upset.
My father used to tell me, "Stop babbling." was that a biblical reference?
It must be. The Tower of Babel is it's the.
Were people talking a lot in the Tower of Babel? What was the Tower of Babel?
So the story of the Tower of Babel was that everybody spoke the same language, and then they decided to get together and build a tower to get to God. And so,
is that right?
Yes. And so God confused their languages, and that's why we have multiple languages, so that they would stop trying to build a tower to God. That's the story. Isn't that wise?
I don't know. There are some weird biblical stories, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's the Old Testament. We used to, as kids, quote Ezekiel 23:20 to each other, which was, she
that?
lusted after her paramours, whose members were like that of horses, and whose issue was like that of a donkey. Which is basically just
Jesus Christ.
They're just talking about a woman who really liked guys with big horse hogs, and
that was in the Bible?
it's in the Bible, Ezekiel 23.
Old Testament?
Old Testament. That's the Jews.
That's the Jews?
Jews did that. They're the ones.
There's a lot of repressed sexuality, in the Bible, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like just this horrific, don't be a sexual person. And for someone like me who's all about the sexual, if it's, if I'm not making love, I'm flirting. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a regular Sodom and Gomorrah around you all the time,
the
debauchery,
I don't like the word debauchery unless you're the type of person who has to put down clear plastic drop cloths before you have sex.
That's going to be a good sesh. If somebody's putting down plastic drop cloths, you better buckle up, buddy.
Buckle up, bitch.
You come out. That's that. I did that on my wedding night. My wife was terrified.
You put down a plastic drop cloth.
Yeah, I taped the windows.
Yeah.
I just, there's a lot of prep.
Well, I think that's a good note.
Yeah.
To end on. The plastic
Absolutely.
drop cloths being put down for sexual adventures. And that'd be funny if in the Bible, Ezekiel 21:3. And God did make plastic drop cloths for Abraham.
who used to lay all the ladies down on the plastic drop cloth, and then he would do coke.
Dude, that was King Solomon, essentially.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, King Solomon was banging everybody.
Yeah, well, he was king.
Yeah, and then he liked this one lady, but she was married. So what he did was
She was married like that.
Oh well, apparently, then he didn't do. But what he did do is he put the guy on the front lines. She put her he put her husband on the front lines so he would die, and then she could bang him, or he could bang her, and then husband didn't die.
Oh shit!
Yeah, good story.
Very good story. Sounds like that movie Coming Home with John Voight and Bruce Dern.
Wait, what? I haven't seen that one.
Well, I think it was. I forget. I think it was Dern who played the guy who was disabled from the war, and Voight was having an affair with his wife, and then Dern came home.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing more attractive than a woman waiting on a soldier. I'll tell you what. If there's a woman waiting on a soldier,
I have a soldier's suit. I've never been in any kind of service, but I do have a soldier's suit just for that. Like if there are women who love a guy in a uniform,
yes,
I'll put on that uniform. Like tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
It is, and
I might put on my green leprechaun thing. It's tights, but still, people love that type of thing.
Oh, it's a little treat for everybody, If
little is the key word there. All right, bud.
All right, let's close her up, folks. Thanks so much for joining us here on Apocalypse Soon with Eddie Pepatone. If you like this show, we do have a Patreon where you can donate $5 or $20 a month to let us know that you like us, and you'll get this podcast the day that it comes out in full beautiful video format. If you want to find out when Eddie's going to be live in your town or myself, you can go to our Instagram or go to eddiepepitone.com, where he has all of his show dates there. Plus, it's a great link factory for everything Eddie Pepatone. So go to eddiepepitone.com and you can find anything that you want. And come and see us live. We'll be having a live show April 4th at the Comedy Store Belly Room at 8 o'clock. So get your tickets as soon as you can. If you go to the Comedy Store and look up the Belly Room tab, you can find us on there. And we'll have ticket links available for that at the bottom of this podcast as well.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. Ooh, I got it.